Supposedly grown, supposedly grown, supposedly grown, supposedly grown. Supposedly grown.
It does. Hey, she trimmed up my hair.
You can't tell.
Got it all nice and even, real slick, boy.
I also trimmed up my hair, if you can tell.
No, I can't.
No? Nothing?
I thought you were gonna make a joke and say something like your butt hair or something like that.
Sorry, that'd be way too much butt hair if I had to trim it.
You'd have to use a weed eater. Gross. Oh.
You heard it from the horse's mouth. What? It's
You're not fucking allowed to call your wife a whore!
it's an expression.
Get over it.
A bad expression.
Why is that a bad expression?
But how? Why is that? Horses are nice and beautiful and
You
majestic.
just referred your big ass dog to a horse. And he just referred his wife to a horse.
I meant because my dog is running so fast right now because horses are fast.
Are they fat?
It's cool.
Anyway,
I'm used to being in trouble.
you're not dating way out of that one. All right, so we're talking about this whole world of social media and how it's a thingy thing, and people are getting rich as fuck, and we're not.
We can.
That's what I'm saying. I
Good.
think that's some bull. Cause wow.
Shit.
First off, how do
Like-
you make money off of social media?
Once you get so many
certified.
followers, so many views, they pay you.
What do you got to do to get views?
Whatever it takes.
Clothes off, lick toilets. I mean,
You think I can get views for trying to take my clothes off and then telling me to put it back on?
no, no one wants to see that dumb shit.
No, but you made a really good point right there. Doja, what's her name? Doja Cat. She
Yeah.
had posted. She
A
had
rapper.
posted that if her and Nicki Minaj's song was like #1 or something like that, it went #1 on the charts, that she would show her boobs live. And a lot of people got mad. They were talking about it on the radio this morning about a lot of people got mad because I guess they got her song all the way up to #1, and then she was like, "Nah, I ain't gonna do that shit."
Got him.
She juked him.
That's how you do
Yep,
it.
she hit him with that whoop 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 whoop.
That
Moved
okey
him.
doke.
You think there'll be any
That-
backlash for that?
Huh?
You think there'll be any backlash for that, or is it just
You
kind of?
be mad at a girl for not showing her your boobs? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, come on, man. Like you can't sit there and be like, "Oh yeah, you didn't show me your boobs. I'm never listening to your music again." Like, come on now.
I really don't think it's more like people probably thought, let's see if it will happen sort of thing. Not
And it didn't.
But it got the song
surprised.
#1 though.
What
Yeah,
song?
it did. The song #1. I don't know, some song with her and Nicki Minaj. I've never even heard it.
Who the hell is Doja Cat?
She sings. She has. Let's see. Her big song is "Let Me Know It." You gotta say something. If you, I don't. I just. It's not working. Okay.
Yeah, that wasn't working.
Hey, sing that again. What was it?
Anyway, so when are we gonna start the conversation?
No, but I guess that was what I was leading off of, is that people will honestly do anything nowadays to get famous. I don't know if y'all remember the Pain Wars or some shit like that?
What's that?
No.
Back, that was like in 08 or 09, when like actual social media started being a thing, because it was a thing, if I'm right, where people would show how much pain they could endure upon themselves in order to win like $10,000 or something like that. And it ended up being like this crazy thing. Obviously it stopped. That was the only year they did it. But yeah, man, people were like, there was a guy that took like a machete and cut his stomach open and shit, but it was all for the fame and to win $10,000 or $20,000 or whatever. But if you look at some of the people now, like some of the YouTubers or Instagrammers that are half-ass naked and shit, yeah, they're doing whatever it takes.
Yeah.
So do you like? Can you really blame somebody for doing that? Like, especially if that's the way they're making a living, right? Like, if the way they're making money is being half naked or making crazy ass content, then you can't really get mad. Like, that's their hustle.
No,
So,
it's like getting mad at a stripper. I mean, if you don't like it, don't look at it.
it's true. It's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, 100%. That's true.
I
And
think like the girls
at the
taking
end of the
a
day,
but the people doing dumb shit like licking toilets during COVID or just being ignorant, now you're a little desperate, bro.
But
yeah,
I
don't
mean,
be going into the store licking the Bluebell, you asshole.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty shitty because I love me some Bluebell. But I mean, if it's getting them fucking views and shit, and they're able to monetize their videos and make money off of it, can you really get all that mad? I mean, despite it's shitty that they're licking ice cream and shit because I be eating ice cream pretty regularly, and I don't want to eat licked ice cream if possible.
Ignorance is bliss.
Well, no, there was a guy, I want to say in Florida, and I guess he's some type of YouTube or something famous. I don't know, but he was going around and he videoed this like an idiot, and he was like, "Hey guys, today we're gonna get the reaction of people. I'm gonna go into this Walmart and I'm gonna start coughing, and then I'm gonna yell out that I got COVID or something like that." Right? So he goes in there, starts doing that. They shut the fucking store down, right? And next thing I know, yes. So obviously, the cops are called, FBI comes. Now the dude is in jail, and to my understanding, he is being charged with terroristic threats as well.
Good.
Yeah. And I was like, wow. So you did all that for 15 seconds of fame or keeping your viewers happy, but now you're probably about to go to prison
Federal.
for pretending. Yeah, federal prison for pretending because you're a jackass. Like, come on now. That shit that's definitely not worth it. But that's that line, like, where are you willing to draw your line to be famous,
Same with the person that licked the ice cream. They found them and pressed charges.
I also heard that the people licking ice cream, they actually purchased the ice cream after they licked it, so it wasn't as big of a deal. Or at least some of them did, because it went viral, right? Like a bunch of people started doing it after the first person.
I mean, I think the line should be drawn at breaking the damn law.
Because you're influencing people to go and do that shit, regardless if you paid for it or not. You told 13-year-old people or whatever your age range of audience to go out there and do that shit. Like, come on, man, because now you know people are gonna do that.
Yeah, so I think you'd be like, oh, that punishment was too harsh. Absolutely not. Set an example, because the shit ain't funny.
I don't know. I've watched some pretty crazy videos that are kind of funny.
Okay, let's talk about crazy videos and how we've all gotten sucked into this world of TikTok.
Oh,
how that's blown up.
God, that bottomless hole of TikTok.
I think it's so easy to watch one video and then you watch the next and then you just go down that rabbit hole and you never get out. Like, I don't know what it is about it. Like, especially because they're maybe 30 seconds?
Yeah, super quick, but boy, you can 30 seconds, but you spend 3 hours on that shit. Like, come on.
More looking at half naked, gorgeous men, gorgeous women. You're like, wait, what? Where are these people at in real life? First of all. Second of all, I already done tried a recipe I found off TikTok. Delicious. Got some workouts. It's just so many options.
It's true. There is some useful things to get from TikTok, right? Like, you can learn how to cook some shit. You can try to find a workout or two, or you can find some life hacks. So there is some good that comes from some of these social media sites. It's not all bad.
Most of the
No,
videos I'm
definitely
watching,
not all bad.
I'm not watching all the life hack recipe videos. I'm watching the like
You're
awkward shit pranks or
men dancing and stuff. I get it.
no, really, one of my favorite types to watch are like the people who do the makeup, like the stage makeup and stuff. The shit they can do blows my mind. I like watching those.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
No.
It's not weird.
I did watch one, and we tried it with the Chick-fil-A sandwich, and you put like the Chick-fil-A sauce and Polynesian sauce inside of the bag with the chicken in there, and then you like shake it up, put it back on the buns. Perfect. That was perfect.
I would do that with Chick-fil-A sauce, just straight up, not the Polynesian.
I seen one today where they went to Chick-fil-A and then they went to Red Lobster and got the cheddar biscuits and ate the chicken sandwich on top of the cheddar biscuits. That looked pretty good.
Oh wow.
That's a bit much.
Is it?
No, but I mean that's something that you would have to try at that point in time.
It's definitely worth trying, right? You gotta try stuff.
There's not a Red Lobster close to me.
I don't think there's
but-
one.
Oh, yes, I think there is one on the other side of town. I don't think there's one close to me.
I was thinking though, okay, so like for Instagram, there's women and men who are like fitness models, and pretty much their job is to show their ass or their abs or both or whatever on Instagram. They post pictures on these beaches and all this stuff. At that point in time, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder, like, because you'll hear about these people talking about they have stalkers and this, that, and the other, and they have to now walk around with bodyguards. But at the same time, like, do you have to post? I don't know. Do you have to post naked ass pictures every single day? Is that what you're willing to do? Because now you've altered your life to have to walk around with a bodyguard, forever and a day. Because you're out there, shaking ass.
But I mean, if that's all right, so say it is a social influencer, right? Say they're a fitness influencer. Like that's kind of how they get their fucking people to follow them, right? Like how else are you gonna do it? Like you can show your workouts and stuff, but I mean, unless you're showing results, it's not really believable that you're actually making a difference or anything, right? Like unless you're showing off the body that you work for, how are they gonna know it's actually working?
Yeah.
I think, a lot of people, first of all, start off really skinny and shit. Like, don't be like, oh, girl, look at me working out when you're skinny in general. Let me see some transformation. Let me see some big to medium to little.
And I think that's the big thing, too, is like, especially with the fitness people, like, they already start off in an advanced position, right? And then they post these pictures of them all swelled up and shit. And, I mean, most of them are probably taking some supplements and stuff that are helping them with their gains and stuff. So like they're putting off this portrayal of this unrealistic goal that most people really can't fucking achieve because most people work 9 to 5s.
Exactly.
Can't go to the gym 3 times a day. It's hard as hell to do a diet. So I mean, some of the goals are unrealistic. I think like realistically everybody should try to be healthy. Like that should be the goal. Maybe not.
Yeah, that's realistic. But when you log in and the first thing you see is these fitness model women who are just like what would be perfectly shaped, and men who are chiseled, like all rocked up. That's not, in my mind, that's not realistic. Is there people out there like that? Yes. Do people have perfect genetics and their genes are on point? Yes. But is everybody in the world like that? Hell no. That's why I think it's like, I don't know. When you follow people like that, follow them with an open mind of you might not get to that point.
And I
because
think
you don't have that
a problem with social media is you see all that and you're like, what is wrong with me? Why do I not look like that? Like how, like you beat yourself up, but you got to realize, like, one, you don't know their life. Two,
Yeah.
they probably, like, some of them may low-key be miserable. Three, you know, that's their job. They can, like, you know, it was said, you go to the gym 3 times a day. You have someone making your food or doing your meal plans. Like, you can't compare your life to what you see. People only post the perfect pose, the perfect moment. Do I look good in this picture? For every one picture you may see, it's probably 15 more where they have a gut hanging out, you know? Or
No, and that's
Only
a really good example too. I like how you said that. Like you don't know what's going on behind the scenes because you can't sit there and be like, oh well, so and so got famous. They're a famous rapper now. I've been doing this for 5 years or 10 years or whatever the case. I haven't made it. Well, you don't know. You know, you could sit here and say, oh yeah, well I'm way better than them lyrically, but they look at all the followers they got. Well, you don't know what they did to get those, and you don't know their life story either. You know.
and so that's like, I think a problem with social media is you just have this expectation of this life that it's probably not even real.
Yeah.
It's true. Like you don't really know what's actually going on. Like you only see the best of their lives on social media. You don't see the actual shitty shit that's going on behind the scenes. Like they only give you the glimpse of the good, not the bad.
Because I know I'm not gonna post a picture, you know, my gut hanging out. So, you know.
Those are the only
I don't know if that gives me some views. If that gives me some views, I might throw that out there.
Okay, check it out. I had a coworker back when I worked at HEB, and she was already a little out there, but she was a cool girl, whatever. She started posting shit like that. She was a bigger woman, and she would post stuff like in her underwear with like weave hanging off, pouring milk on herself, and just doing the most off the wall stuff. And so finally one day, a couple of us at work were like, what are you doing? Like, you know, people aren't laughing with you, they're laughing at you. But she didn't care because her views shot up. She got those followers. She sure enough blocked us and kept doing what she did. And it's just like, why?
I mean, because some people, honestly, some people want to see that, right? Like everybody has something they're into, and obviously she has some people that liked it. So
I think they're just laughing at you, not with you. Like, what the fuck is this?
No, man, there's some gross dudes out there that are into some crazy shit.
I was gonna say there's some really strange people out there. In my opinion, you just wasted a bunch of milk. Like, don't be wasting milk. That's some bullshit. But,
milk's expensive. You know? Like, how much is it? Like, that shit is more expensive than gas per gallon. So yeah, don't be wasting that shit.
Yeah, don't be wasting that damn. I'm watching that video, but I'm leaving a comment that says, "Hey, that's some bullshit. Don't be wasting milk."
Maybe she caught it in a tub and poured it back in the jug.
Ew.
Part, huh?
And you know, something else that I think a lot of people should understand is that all these famous people that you follow, some of them, like, they're in front of these Bugattis and these Lamborghini Murcielagos and all this, you know, $500,000, $1 million cars. A lot of those are leased. They don't own those. And a lot of famous people, the first payment that they miss on those are the first thing that gets towed. So yeah, and those pictures are out there of some famous people getting their shit towed.
Just for the gram.
Honestly, I think Bow Wow had one of those.
Well, you remember the Bow Wow thing with the private plane, right? He said he was.
Oh yes, yeah, fake famous. There you go.
They got a picture of him sitting like in coach in the middle seat. Didn't even have a window or an aisle seat. Like, but he was like he was flying on his private jet and stuff. So I mean that plays into the whole thing. Is like people will throw it out there and make you believe something that is totally off of what is actual.
Just be flexing for the gram.
Yeah, and I think that's a big thing too. Is like, you know, superstars are big fucking hip hop people, they'll post these things, and yeah, like you said, those cars are leased or that jewelry is rented and shit like that. But that's just gonna push the younger generation to try and flex the same way, like try to portray some lifestyle that's not actually happening.
And then, yeah, like you're breaking your pockets, not paying your rent or something to try to look like this guy when his shit is leased as well. Or it's just like, hey, can you wear my stuff and say it's mine, but they got to give that shit back, you know?
Exactly. And even with the jewelry, I don't know if y'all have ever seen those videos. There's a guy that goes around with a meter. He has that diamond meter. And he'll walk up to like a famous artist. I want to say Kodak Black was on one of them, and I can't remember if he was one of the ones that got found out that his jewelry was fake, but he'll walk up to him and be like, hey, da, 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 and they'll be like, yeah, man, go ahead, hit this. You know, this is my chain. It's worth $250,000, da, 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 da. And then he'll press that meter on there and it buzzes. And when it buzzes, that means it's fake. Yeah, buddy. So, and he does that to a lot of rappers. And you'd be surprised. There's a lot of them out there with that cubic zirconia or whatever, you know?
As Riff Raff would say, that's the middle of the mall jewelry. That shit ain't real.
That middle of the mall shit. That middle of the mall shit.
That shit ain't real. But you know what, man? Like, there's a lot of rappers that have kind of made it big off of social media, man. I'm thinking of one in particular that just got out of jail here recently, Mr. Tekashi 6ix9ine.
You just gotta get, like you said, get your followers up, dude. You gotta do you have to get noticed by that right person, and boom.
Yep.
Like, think about it. Tekashi is probably one of the weakest lyricists out there as far as rap music goes, but like he did it right on social media, man. His music got big and he's
entertaining.
Oh yeah, he's definitely entertaining. Like,
definitely. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like whenever he goes live on something or he goes and does an interview somewhere, like he says it himself, like that'll be the highest viewed video that place will have, and it usually is. Like he's pretty truthful about his shit.
I mean, at this point in his life, he has to be. Like, there ain't no other way to put it.
Right.
But I mean, like, it works, right? Social media and putting on that facade obviously works. People are making money off of it.
Oh, a lot of people make this. Those influencers make a lot of money. It's just, I don't know. Are you willing to put in the work to get there, the right way, or willing to get naked and do it the wrong way, or you know?
That what's his name? Is it Jake Paul? Logan Paul.
There's two of them. They're brothers.
Well, the one on YouTube, and I guess he's been famous on YouTube for a very long time. And right now, if I'm right, he became some type of fighter, MMA fighter, boxer, or some shit. But he even said that he was struggling for a while to make video content. So he had posted that video where they went through like the Suicide Valley of China, and he posted a dead body or something.
Yeah, they found a guy that had hung himself, and he took a video with him. It was all sad and shit.
Didn't they get in trouble for that?
Yeah, he did. He ended up getting in trouble for it, and there was a lot of stuff going on, and he got honestly,
I think the only thing that really happened to him was he got suspended for a little bit, and his videos got demonetized, so he wasn't able to make money for a little bit. But I think all that shit kind of subsided, and he's continuing to make a shit ton of money making YouTube videos.
Oh yeah. But that's what I'm saying though. Is like he went to some extreme because he couldn't think of content. He couldn't think of something to put, and then he put that, and it messed him up, and it could have ended everything for him, honestly.
But I mean, it didn't really make a difference, right? Like he's still gonna push the limits because he's still making a shit ton of money, and he's still got to put content out.
Take that risk.
Right. Yeah.
Because I mean, now there's just so many platforms. You have to stand out somehow.
Yeah, there's so many people putting shit out, right? Like, I mean, shit. think of us. We're putting content out like weekly and shit, and like I would post a couple of naked pics of myself to get our followers up and shit.
If we get 50 followers into the week, I'll show my boobs. No big deal. Wink, wink.
I know it lies.
I'll do the same. I'll do the same.
It sounded good. Oh my goodness. Just call me Doja Cat.
Doja Cat. I've never heard of that lady.
I will send you a song. You've heard that specific, so I did it no justice. Absolutely no justice.
Do you wanna try again? No?
The mic is open anytime you want to try to sing. But like seriously,
Yeah.
So I mean, technically, you know, we're in the social media business, right? I mean, we have a podcast, we have social media and shit. Like, how far are you willing to push it? I mean, because we aren't making money off of this. This is just kind of a hobby for us. But like,
but you know, I don't want to sound like a pessimist or something, but unless we really put ourselves out there more, because to be honest, we're not going to get that many followers. We would have to like push this shit because there's so many podcasts out there, you know?
Yeah.
We need some hashtags and stuff. So like you're saying, like, are we willing to do that? And it's shit, what is it that we need to do?
That's
with,
true.
You know,
If anybody actually knows how we're supposed to do this, please let us know. We have social media. Just a DM.
Out. I'm not. You know,
Yeah.
I'm clothes on. I'm not looking for them. So those are my limits.
I'll put my nudes out. There's a couple.
I was gonna say, well, I guess I'm pushing those limits because.
Oh Lord,
If
some of us have higher standards than others.
I guess some of us gonna be driving in a leased out Bugatti, and some of us ain't. Then
you bring the car, I'll bring the middle of the mall jewelry.
there we go, living the dream.
And I'll be wearing my Fashion Nova. No shame in my game.
I just thought about that. Social media, Facebook, all that shit is not a place for these people to go live. I'm sorry, but some of these folks, they get out there and they put their business. Man, all it takes is that, and then you're forever known for that. Like, okay, I will say, Cardi B sometimes goes out there and she just says some shit that you're just like, what?
Hilarious. I love me a Cardi B rant.
It's crazy. Like, sometimes that shit's pretty ridiculous, you know?
She be preaching. Sometimes the shit she says, you're like, yes, girl. And the other time you're like, okay, Cardi.
Yeah, like,
because she had
somebody needs to get her. She needs to calm down.
She had one about just, I guess, the different standards of testing for the coronavirus and all this. And what she was saying made complete sense. Like, everybody's not treated equally. Stop saying, you know, like, stop making it seem like everybody gets the same attention as one would get, blah, blah, blah. I was like, yes. And the next video, she's talking about she ready to go out. She wants to put on an outfit, and the only thing she doesn't get dressed for is the internet. Like, I don't know. She's smart. People sleep on Cardi, but man, she's entertaining.
She'll come out with some real talk every once in a while. I'll admit that.
Yeah,
but like,
got a weird.
Yeah, that's.
I feel like she knows how to work social media, because if she can't do that every time, she can't play this. She can't. I don't want to say intelligent. She can't play this person who has like a legit opinion every single time, because then you're not going to take her as Cardi. Like, she's not going to be that person. So then she has to throw in some kind of weirdness to it, or something a little bit too extra, you know?
Mm-hmm. Because, I mean, you know how she, boom, whoop, got famous from Love and Hip Hop.
Love and Hip Hop and social media. Like, the combination of both kind of made her pop, and then her rap career took off. What, just a couple of years ago, huh?
With that Bodak Yellow.
I mean, she kind of blew up after that. Like now, she just uses social media to enhance herself.
You got to.
Well, didn't she put a video out there of like her and Offset doing some stuff?
She always posts videos of them being nasty. They're nasty.
See, that's like, I guess, you know, everybody has their thing, but then I think like they got a kid together, so their kid's gonna grow up and they're gonna see this video. Man, they gave that kid no opportunity to just live their life. You know what I mean? They're always gonna be like, oh yeah, you're Cardi B and Offset's kid. They were throwing it back in this video, you know?
They named her Culture, so
she's destined for greatness.
Oh.
But like, all right, so you just mentioned it, right? You just said like some people reveal too much on social media, and that's not just a famous person thing. That's like an every fucking other person thing. Like people.
Oh yeah, that's
people push
everybody.
People put shit out there that really should be fucking private. Like some stuff you want to keep close to your chest. You don't want people to be knowing that you're having issues and stuff. But it just seems like people are so willing to put their business out there that they don't even give a shit. Who knows? And like you said, I mean, your kids 10, 15 years down the road when they're 18, 19 years old and they see some of the dumb shit you posted or some of the dumb shit you said, like, what are they going to think?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Like,
and you know what, man? I will say this. I guess the most annoying thing to me when I log into any kind of social media platform, whatever, is see these and guys and girls both put out this bullshit of like, oh, my baby mama this, my baby mama that, my baby daddy this, my baby daddy that, this person ain't worth shit, la da da da. And they go off on these rants. A week later they're back together. Or, you know, they're working things out and it's complicated and they love each other and la da da. I'm like, come on, man, stop. You do this every week.
Or
like, is that
every
what
month.
you want? Yeah, you're with a new person that you're in love with. Like, how are you in love with a new person and you knew them 30 minutes ago? Like, what?
Love is quick, man.
Yeah.
Love is quick.
But I don't know, man. Social media is not the place for that shit. That's closed door shit. That's you and your family. You know, you're supposed to work on your problems together. We don't need everybody's cousins involved in all that, you know? Bullshit.
Okay, how do we feel about you see people, like you said, posting too much on their social media, like these super racist rants, and then they get their scholarship taken away or they lose their job, and then they get back on social media and don't understand why. Like, what did I do wrong? Why is my life ruined? That to me drives me nuts. Like,
yeah,
you don't know what you did was wrong. That's the problem. Like, oh, my life is ruined. Well, don't be an asshole.
Well, see, that's the thing. Is like people are gonna be racist, right? You ain't gonna change everybody's mind based off of everybody else. But like, if you are racist, be smart enough at least to keep that shit off of social media, or maybe make a burner account so you can be as racist as you want.
Yeah, but if you're racist, let me know. I like upfront racist.
Yeah, let you know, huh? Yeah, I'd rather somebody let me know that they're racist rather than find out later when we're friends already.
Exactly. No racist pie over here.
You know, I'm not go down this road of racism or nothing like that, but I will say I feel like a lot of people don't even realize that some of the shit they say or do is racist. Like,
that's
you know, you can't just say, you know, oh, you know, I bet you make a good pot of beans. Why? Because I'm Mexican? Like, what?
The real question is though, do you make a good pot of beans?
Actually, I ain't trying to toot my own horn, motherfucker. I make some good beans though. I'm just saying.
I mean, some of the stereotypes are spot on, right? They're stereotypes for a reason.
Yeah.
I mean, they gotta come from somewhere.
Like, I'm not gonna say anything. Yeah. I've got a pretty green thumb, you know. I know how to cut some grass and plant some trees and shit like that.
I'm not gonna say I don't know how to fry chicken, so
See, but some of those, I mean, that's just like everybody likes fried chicken, right? Everybody eats water. I ain't met one person that don't eat water.
If it's a black thing or we're in the South, it's a Southern thing, you know?
Is it a Southern thing?
Yeah, I think the
it's
food for the most part, yeah.
Cause like I'll fuck around and poke a hole in a watermelon, throw some vodka in there, and eat that bitch all day.
All day.
Bust it open, sprinkle a little salt on it.
I ain't throwing no salt on watermelon. That's crazy.
You've never done that? It's delicious.
No, I'm
Really?
American.
Yes.
Oh man, no! You put salt on watermelon, it just takes it to the next level. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, my mouth is watering.
You bust out some salt in front of my watermelon, I'll throw it in your face. I ain't having that shit.
Next get together,
Hey.
I'm making tequila watermelon. I don't care what y'all say.
You can throw that watermelon in my face as long as we get some views. I'm alright with that.
Yeah,
Oh,
next get
man.
tequila watermelon.
We've
I'm
seen you on whiskey. I don't know if we want to see you on tequila.
Oh,
You-
buddy.
Understand? You were like, oh, you want to record? I can't talk right now. No, I don't want to record. Like what?
I thought the same thing. When you were like, yes, y'all still run a record. I'm looking at you like, are you serious? She can't move. Like,
That would have made for a great episode.
Don't think I could have put a full thought.
like I feel strongly that you wouldn't have put together a sentence that night.
She may have been shaking her head though, agreeing with some of the stuff we were saying, even if it was wrong.
But to be fair, I drank half that bottle. I thought
Yeah, you did.
I
You did.
But then I went to put it up and I was like, oh, girl. And I did starve myself to be able to drink and eat with y'all.
I'm not gonna lie. I cheered for you. I was like, that's what I'm talking. That's my dog. That's my dog. I was proud of you.
I'm just going to go ahead and excuse myself. Y'all enjoy.
I love how you did that. You were like, okay, I'm just gonna casually, quietly not say anything and just go off and hit my slumber. Like that was really slick. You were out of there.
You also did that with two toddlers playing in your room. So I'm sure at one point you had two toddlers on top of you.
And you know what? I know I was on the floor and I was like, you know what? I'm over this. I don't want to act sober anymore. I'm fucking wasted. And I took my bed, like, move over, guys. Move over. Dove in. Y'all can do what y'all gotta do. I know they had a movie going, all those damn balloons. I don't care. I was asleep.
Yeah, that's one thing. I don't think you had to worry about anybody thinking you were not inebriated. I think everybody knew that.
Oh yeah.
I just didn't know what else to do with myself. So I was like, I'm just gonna go to sleep.
But I will say, and this comes right back around to social media. The social media had like TikTok and shit has showed me a lot of cool new drinking games and outdoor drinking games and shit like that, like stuff that I never would have thought of.
Yeah, you know what? That last get together we had, trying all those stupid TikTok, that was fun.
Yeah, that made us laugh and we had a great time.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed it. So, there's the part of it that we say is good. I mean, other than getting drunk or whatever, but it was still a really good time.
It really was like, oh, I saw this, let's try this, and everybody, did it, and it was fun.
Like we had people doing handstands trying to drink. Like, come on now.
Not just that, we picked the guy up. We picked a couple of guys up and had them chug upside down.
Yeah.
It's probably not the best of decisions.
That was a horrible decision on our supposedly grown asses.
Exactly, supposedly grown, still know how to act.
So,
Yep.
all right, obviously there's benefits and bad parts of social media, but like, I think in reality, people need to show that shit ain't always that good. Like maybe reveal some of the bad shit. That way people don't think you're living this perfect ass life. I mean, no one's gonna do it, but I mean, that might help some younger people realize that shit ain't always the greatest it seems.
See, but me as like I guess older viewer of some of these people, like I appreciate honesty. You know, I really do. I like, and you know, one of the people I like to really watch is for his content and stuff like that. But Will Smith on YouTube, great shit, man. It's the real family stuff, real family oriented. He's not afraid to talk about him and Jada's relationship and what she talked about on her Table Talk. She has Red Table Talk, I think that's what it's called. Yeah, and she'll come out and say some real shit, and he'll speak on it on his like vlog or whatever on YouTube, and it's some really cool shit because you can tell, yeah, he's famous and he's Will Smith, but at the end of the day, he's a father. He has to teach people. He knows he has millions of people looking up to him, so he doesn't put up this front, which is really cool.
Yeah, I agree. I like honesty. It's like, don't make it seem like your life is all perfect, blah, blah. But at the same time, I feel like half of that is on the viewer. Like, you need to know, like, to take all that with a grain of salt. Like, and I know it's easier because there's a lot of insecure people and, you know, like depression and all that. But I'm saying, like, you can't look at everything and think what they're saying is true or think what they're saying is the full story. Like, you need to take that with a grain of salt and stop comparing yourself to them, because that is going to lead nowhere good, you know? And I think that's why I think people say there's a quote unquote problem with social media, is because you're comparing yourself to these people and it's not true. So you feel bad on yourself about yourself, like you're lacking, you're not good enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not skinny enough, you don't blah, blah, blah. No, stop. Stop. I think that is where the problem comes from with social media and people copying people doing dumb shit.
Yeah, the whole doing dumb shit. And I think another issue is, I mean, shit, you can access all this shit at the palm of your hand, right? Like, everything's accessible through your fucking phone. So, I mean, and everyone has their phone with them at all times. So you just get this instant dopamine rush, right, when you're on fucking Facebook or Instagram or even TikTok, right? Like, instantly it's a high. So you have this drug right at the fucking palm of your fingers. Like, that's a big issue, is like, I'm hoping at some point we kind of are able to, I say this with a grain of salt, right? Because, I mean, we put podcasts out and shit for people to listen to on their phones. So I really don't want people to put their phones down. Just keep listening. But, like, at some point, like, shit, we got to figure a way out to separate ourselves from technology, at least for a little bit.
Right. You need to definitely learn how to limit yourself. I firmly believe that. Like, if you've been on TikTok for X amount of hours, like, you need to stop and go outside, go run, do something.
Yeah.
You know,
I had a friend that took a break from social media, and she was like, man, in the month that I took a break, I've read like 3 books and blah, blah, blah. And now she's back on. She, you know, doesn't crack open a book anymore.
Shit, fuck reading. I'm on social media again. you know when you've been on TikTok too long, is they have advertisements telling you to stop being on TikTok when you've been on there way too long.
I finally got there the other night, and I did it on purpose because you had told me that it was out there. I was like, you know what, man, I'm gonna go lay down and I'm just gonna sit here and watch TikTok and let it play through. Finally, I got an advertisement or whatever that came up, and it was like, hey, you've been on here for a while or some shit like that. And I was like, it's true. It's true. I'm freaking out. You know, I'm yelling. And she's like, what's wrong? And I was like, yeah, I've been on TikTok too damn long. So that was that. Yeah.
How long are you on there before it comes up?
Probably a good while. A couple hours.
Oh, yeah. Easy, probably.
I
was probably pushing 2 hours easy. I was probably pushing 2 hours.
Oh my goodness.
But
If you
I did it for the purpose of seeing if that would happen.
sure you did. If you want to push it extra, you can stay on about 4 hours and get like 3 of those messages. The third one is real ghetto. It's like, hey, motherfucker, get off the goddamn screen. Yeah, they get,
No,
get
it's not.
super hood.
No, it's not.
I know where the next 4 hours of my life are going. Right there to
You
TikTok.
gotta push that limit, man. You gotta really commit to being on TikTok, and you'll see that. See the true TikTok feeling.
We were just 30 seconds ago telling people stay off your phone, go outside, smell the air. Now I'm like, wait a
I
minute.
was like,
This is that 4
gotta
hour
go-
mark. Gotta make it. I gotta get there.
Yeah, man. Technically, we're trying to be social influencers, right, motherfucker? We need people to stay on their phones all the time. Go check our Instagram out. Go check our podcast and YouTube channel.
You can listen to our podcast while doing a good workout.
No, I'm not worried about that. Just listen and get us some
Oh,
subscribers.
you know what? That's a good idea, though. Hey, listen to our podcast. Go for a walk. When the podcast is over, the walk is done.
Bam! You got
If
what? nice little 45, 50-minute walk?
Come on now, cardio for days, dude. I love it.
It's never over. Just keep listening to it. That way we get more views.
I'm saying 50 more followers by the end of the week.
50. All we need is 50, and I'm showing my butthole.
What?
Is that not the agreement? Is that not what we agreed on?
I don't think that's what you said.
5,000 or something like that.
Oh, okay. All right. 5.
Yeah, you're selling yourself short there, buddy.
5 followers, and I'm doing it.
Oh, 5,000.
He went from 5,000 to 5. Hell, can I just get a like and a shout out?
If I get someone to
Right?
share one of these videos, I'll do it.
Oh, I love it.
Cut it out, Cubano.
Supposedly grown, supposedly grown, supposedly grown, supposedly grown.